Hello my beautiful fragrance family, Dustin here, fragrance fan. Go ahead and give me a solid and click that like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell notification, and I'm just going to keep on giving you guys these budget friendly fragrance reviews. That $40-ish and $100 range, most of these are way less than that, and a good number of these you can find at your local rack stores. And the one I came across today it's a fairly new release, came out in 2022. I haven't heard much on this thing. I don't really watch a lot of reviewers lately. I still follow them. I check them out every now and then. Really, if I watch any lately, it's my boys that are like more on my level. Like, shout out to my boys, My Scent Sillage, Scent Talk TV, D Da Vinci, the poet, you know, those kind of guys and stuff. Because we all look at like a lot of these same really inexpensive rack store finds, and some of them are gems. And I want to talk about one today that I found on sale at my local Marshall's, and I haven't given this thing a whole lot of wearing, but I did wear this thing, and I want to let y'all know what you'll see the box. It looks like this. Royalty by Maluma, or however you pronounce it, I don't even know. Maluma. Garnet is the specific one. There's other ones like amethyst and onyx and stuff like that. And the little bottle looks like this. It was 16 bucks for this 30 ml. So I wouldn't have bought it. I wouldn't have just blind bought it, but the box was open and I was like, you know what, let me go ahead and smell this thing. And when I smelled it, let me just go over the presentation a little bit. Kind of like lipstick or something, the bottle reminds me of. It stands up nice, heavy. The atomizer lid is plastic, but it's solid. It's a solid, heavy plastic with some detailing up top. The atomizer doesn't squirt out a lot, but it shoots out with a little bit of pressure. So it's kind of cute. Like matches the size of the little bottle. When I smelled it, instantly I was like, what is that? I really like this. What is that DNA? What is that DNA? And then bingo, it hit me. Like a ton of bricks, it hit me. This is very similar to YSLY EDT. Very similar. It's not a one-to-one. I wouldn't quite go as far as saying that it's a clone, but heavily inspired, absolutely. It's 75 to 80% similar to YSLY EDT. The difference to me being this doesn't have as much of the sweetness, the playfulness, the green apple type thing, but it has a lot of that same thing going on. This has stuff like pink pepper and lavender up in the top. It's also got ginger. It's got some geranium, vetiver, patchouli, and there's olibanum. There's like resins and stuff in here. Really, you're gonna get a little bit of a spiciness. Let me just go ahead and get some of this opening here. So it's sweet, almost has a citrus quality, sweet, and it's got like a little bit of a fresh spiciness going on in the opening. In the mid of this thing, it starts to taper down with so much of the spiciness, and you're left with more of the sweetness and kind of a little bit of an earthy undertone in this thing, while maintaining a lot of that YSL EDT playful kind of a fragrance. I would say this is pretty much every bit of as versatile, a little bit more youthful than it is mature, works in pretty much any weather. The performance so far is right at average. It's not some kind of monster, but from what I can tell, it's projecting decent. The longevity, it's hanging on me pretty good. You know, a couple hours later, I'm still smelling it. So for the price, for what I've seen this thing, it's a good pickup. Overall, what I'll give this thing, let's just say this is average projection, average performance. I say this is a 7 out of 10. That tiptoes right into gem category. In my book, this is a hidden gem. If you like YSLY and you don't want to spend a whole lot of money and you want to get something that's going to scratch that itch, and you can't find a clone, you don't want to buy something online or anything like that, these are in the rack stores all the time. That's what this smells like. Like I said, not exactly, but it is very similar. And the pieces that are not exactly like the YSLY EDT gives it a little bit more of a mature vibe. This is still kind of a youthful fragrance, but it's a little bit more mature. And the quality is there on this thing. It's not super synthetic. It's at eau de parfum concentration too. So it's like checking all the boxes. I'm not trying to like overhype this thing or anything like that. I was just pleasantly surprised when I seen this thing. I don't want to like make somebody think that this is like the holy grail of fragrances and they find this thing and it's like, oh, it's not all that great. It's good. It's a good fragrance. I will still stand by saying that this is a hidden gem because I don't really hear anything on this thing, and I was really, really surprised when I smelled it and why nobody's talking about this thing. And for the price, 16 bucks for a 30 ml, I'm thinking probably 100 milliliters, I don't know, $25 maybe or something like that. Maybe 30, but probably more like 25 bucks or something. So yeah, you see this thing and you want that kind of scent profile, this is gonna scratch that itch all day long. It's just not quite as sweet. It's got a little bit more pop from the ginger, a little bit of fresh spiciness, little like hints of like some earthiness and stuff like that in there. But other than that, it's a well done fragrance, especially for the price. And yeah, that's my kind of glorified first impressions and final thoughts on Royalty by Maluma. Yep, Garnet. That's how new it is. That's how unfamiliar I am with this thing. But I know how it smells, and I know that I like the way that it smells. So with that, I'm out. Y'all be blessed. Take care of yourself always. And until next time.